All right, art is a mover of souls, but what if you are a victim of armed conflict and human rights abuses? Can art still work for you? This is the question that the StartArt project wants to address. Now, joining us in the studio to tell us more about this great project is the founder herself, international Pinoy artist, Nikki Luna. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning,
What a pleasure
Paolo.
it is to have you back here with us.
Yeah.
And you have quite a story to tell. Well, for people who may not know, I don't know who those people would be, but well, you're quite the accomplished artist, celebrated artist. You have the great distinction of you know, having successful shows and being one of the few who have had work auctioned off at Sotheby's. So it's quite the feather in your cap. I mean, you're quite the accomplished artist.
Wow.
but you've also
Thank
you also have a very strong social conscience. There's this need for you to do work and to take your art to other people, and you've trained your sights on people outside of our immediate area.
Wow.
You've had quite an adventure. You've traveled. Tell us about your travels.
Okay. Okay. My most recent, which is what we're going to talk about today. Okay, I'll just give you a brief background on StartArt again. StartArt Project is a non-profit organization that I formed with other artists and other friends. It promotes and offers art activities, programs, and therapy to victims of armed conflict, women and children, and human rights violations.
Okay.
So in line with this, we've been doing projects in Mindanao, northern, southern, urban communities in Metro Manila. I realized that as a founder, I wanted to do more, and I wanted to have more backbone. So I wanted to go outside of our country.
Right.
So I first volunteered, and I found a local organization outside the country, and I really chose Africa.
Right.
I was choosing between Kenya, Darfur, Chad, all these really, actually
these are very war-torn areas.
Yes.
where there's a lot of conflict and really a need for the healing that art can bring.
They're still in conflict, so I couldn't go to the other countries that I wanted to, but I had my eye also on Sierra Leone.
Right.
So I got in touch with a local organization because I thought, just like here with us, if you go through an international one, it's more, you can touch more. You can touch a lot of things more with a local organization,
right,
being on the ground with them. So I chose Global Youth for Peace and Development in Sierra Leone.
Right.
They have offices in both East and West Sierra Leone. So there, I got in touch with them, and I actually traveled there. Now, at first it was as a volunteer, but then they knew about StartArt Project, and they were happy about it, and they actually offered me to conduct the art programs of StartArt Project over there.
All right. Well, I mean, it was a fantastic journey, a great eye-opener, and a great adventure in itself. I mean, we're seeing images of the art, I'm assuming the art that they produced, and the art that really, you know, StartArt brings to them and shows them how it can be used as, really a way to,
a tool,
to heal. But it was as much an eye-opener and an experience for them as it was for you, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. I think I always try to guide my art and advocacy. And I think in communities like this, I don't try to promote the typical traditional high form of art, such as paintings, but more of projects that can help them realize their situation, their community, how they can improve this, what they can do, and then it all comes from within. Taking care of yourself first, realizing your situation now, accepting, and what you can do. And they were really the perfect group to be with. I was so amazed by the people. They were such fighters. Considered Sierra Leone, was ravaged by the 11-year civil war, and it's also been 11 years since the war. But if you go there, the place is still in ruins.
Right.
It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful country, beautiful beach, mountainous peninsulas, rivers, rich with resources, but the locals are living under $1 a day.
Okay.
And the root of their conflict before was actually diamonds. And until now, it's still on the edge of civilization, I must say, but that's coming from my experience, because I stayed in one of the poorest communities, which is called Kamayama community. It's a small village. There's no electricity, no water. I lived on the foot of the mountain with the people, with the women and the children, to know their situation, to be first there. Like, I really know it firsthand.
And your advocacy has taken you to some difficult places here. I mean, you said you've traveled to areas of conflict in Mindanao as well, and have brought your work and your art there. But this was an eye opener for you. I mean, not to compare difficulties and situations, but I mean, this was a new level of engagement for you, maybe, and it really did, I suppose, put your advocacy to the test about how passionate you really feel about the work that you do.
Yes, it was tested. I must say. At first, I went there very naive. You know, when you come from, you think you know a lot already, and I thought I knew a lot, and I used to believe that everyone had a choice. Everyone can make a choice in life. Now I can't say that. After coming from there, I realized some people don't have that choice. They were so happy that I was there. They kept thanking me. They gave me a name. They were trying to make me feel like I was a hero, because coming from another third world country, traveling thousands of miles just to share with them art and give them my time was enough for them. But I kept saying to myself and telling them that, no, I mean, I'm the one who's lucky to have experienced this with you guys, because I am still privileged. I come from a great country too, but I have a choice to go in and out. The only choice I can see with the Sierra Leone people was a choice to survive. You know, they're still rebuilding a lot of things, and most importantly, themselves.
Right. Oh, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture again. Why do you think art is such an effective way to address, you know, the conflict that these people have gone through, the difficulties, and perhaps why is it such an effective tool for the healing process for them?
I think art has or creative means, it has a power. It has this persuasive power of uplifting in a non-verbal way. It's not intimidating. It can give you moments of awe and reflection. And in these moments of reflection, you can actually see, you know, your social concerns. You can actually mirror the social and physical changes that's happening in society. And I think as citizens, it starts from within first, right? You have to sort of realize these things to actually make that move, to make that change. So art is that tool. That's what I think. That's my determination as an artist. I'd like to go beyond my achievements, if you can call that achievements. I think my determination of being an artist and sharing this is more of my achievement, to make the social changes.
What would you say is your biggest takeaway? You know, you spent 2 difficult weeks in Sierra Leone, but I mean, not to say that it wasn't fruitful. Like you kept saying, there was this great exchange between you guys. I mean, these were people who were under very tough conditions, but still they gave you something. They shared something with you, just as you had shared something to them. What was your great takeaway from the experience?
I think it's just realizing that it goes beyond nationality. It's humanity first. I've always believed in that. Everyone, you know, Plato said, everyone has their own battle. And I think that's really true. And it goes beyond nationality. I think we have to reach out and see how much we can appreciate what we have. I mean, after going there, I've appreciated more of our people, our country, our opportunities that we take for granted, because some people don't really have that. They're still fresh. It's just 11 years from the war. They're still rebuilding, but you'd think that they'd have some progress already, but it was a different look for me, because I really went through to the remote places and areas of Sierra Leone. I couldn't see anything but deserted mountains and roads and embankments, and it's all red soil and rivers. It was endless.
I know. So it was a very difficult situation, but a real eye opener. And I'm sure that the art that you brought and the sharing that you had with them really set them on the path towards the healing process. And it really has been quite an adventure. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. For people who might want to be involved with StartArt, are there things they can do?
Yes, they can just contact us through our email, which is info@startartproject.org. There's a website, startartproject.org, and our Facebook page and our Twitter, which is just StartArt Project.
All right, very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And
thank you very much.
Good luck with StartArt and all your other artworks and exhibits. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you.